going to ask what is PowerCity? What is it about? What are the different products, things like that? If you want to go into it.
Sure. So the core is our central dApp. That'll be the first thing that we have, and that is where you would actually buy and stake the Watt token. Staking the Watt token allows you to then participate in the growth of the entire ecosystem. So all of the revenue that's generated from all the dApps in the ecosystem are then fed into the core's treasury and are then distributed as staking rewards. So you buy and stake Watt, you earn Pulse. Right. So you're able to participate in one easy method instead of having to have separate tokens for every project and separate staking pages for every project. We made it nice and easy. You have one place to be able to interact with all of PowerCity. Right. But if you do want to use some of these
just a question
tools,
on the Pulse too. Just a question on the Pulse while we're on that. So you earn Pulse by staking what? Where does the Pulse come from? How is it generated?
The fees generated from the various different dApps.
So this is really important. I hope people pay attention here. You literally stake the Watt token, and you are earning Pulse. You're not earning more Watt. It's not inflating on itself. There's no. We don't go in there and adjust the crazy inflation number. This isn't a fork of Ohm or Olympus where we just like inflate thousands and thousands of percent and give it out to you. You simply stake. People are using the protocol. The more adoption it gets, the more people are paying fees for various functions in the protocol. You're collecting those fees.
Okay.
And those fees are in Pulse.
Fees are in Pulse. Good. Yeah. Not getting the same token back. So less sell pressure in that way. I like it. Okay.
And you're going less inflation of the token supply, right? So, we're in the middle of some major design changes to the core and several other projects, right? Everyone was in a rush when we thought May was going to be the big date for PulseChain, right? And then it turned out that wasn't quite the date. And now, with the current changes going on to the validated rotation code and so on, it's going to be a while. And that's fine, because that gives, us and other teams time to really go back and refine our products and really bring some new ideas that would have been rushed otherwise, previously. So we've been able to go back and tweak a lot of the things that we were working on to add really innovative ideas, really unique ideas to Pixel Park, the NFT marketplace. There's some amazing automation going on for our amplifier, which is a custom front end to liquid loans that allows you to automate the haunted or Hodprill or a hexacat strategies, right? So you can actually automate your usage of liquid loans if you want to compound your value in different ways or claim rewards and route them from your staking pool to your stability pool to whatever, right? Really amazing stuff, actually, that no one else is doing, right? And the closest that you see for something like that B protocol on the Ethereum chain, they automate a little bit here, but we're giving you full automation and a personalized, unique experience for your wallet and your wallet only, no pooling of the strategies. So really interesting stuff. So there's the amplifier, there's Pixel Park, we have the accelerator, which will be a yield compounder, similar to Yearn or Beefy Finance or some of these others where, initially focused on probably PulseX liquidity providing, where you're earning the incentive token and you want to be able to claim the incentive token and be able to buy more LP percentage of the liquidity pool so you can earn more incentive token and just keep compounding that position larger, right? So you can build more rewards. That'll help automate that by compounding on a daily basis and constantly farming those rewards and reaping them into something else, right?
Let me touch on that too. Right. So he covered two things in the protocol, one for liquid loans, and then another one that you'll be able to do similar things with like PulseX. The alternative is you're going to go participate in liquid loans or PulseX, and you're going to be earning fees, and you have to go back in and claim your rewards. And it's really tiresome to go in and claim them 10 times a day or even every day or even once a week. But having the money just sit there in a claimable status doing nothing for you often isn't the best answer either. If your idea is to like be buying hex constantly, DCAing all the time. Well, imagine using a protocol like this so that you can DCA into something literally every 10 minutes or once an hour, or every time there's a claimable balance, it's doing what you told it to do automatically. And you're putting your money to work a lot quicker and reaping those rewards from that thing you wanted to do, you like immediately. So there's great benefit. Like if you put, especially the bull market, if you put somebody who has to claim manually and watch their net worth go up next, and compare that to somebody who had to start with the same amount of money, where there's an auto compounder just doing it all the time. Every time he has a claimable balance, it instantly does something and that he asked it to do. The guy with the auto compounder, he should be growing a lot faster, and it starts to become this exponential, factor where it's just he's got way more money in the right markets and with the right protocol, of course.
Okay. What are some of the, I want to ask you, what are some of the criticisms you all have had around the project? I'm sure you've had plenty of people say, compare it to this and that, and say, oh, how's it actually going to work? Is that going to work out well? When are the products going to launch? All this stuff. What are some of the criticisms you all have had, and how do you handle those?
I think, like everybody else, and we're just as impatient for PulseChain as everybody else, right? And a lot of folks are impatient to see a public test net, to see a live protocol, right? And if anything, we hear often from Richard Heart over the past year is software is hard and it takes time, right? And that's reality, right? I've been doing this for 25 years, software development and strategy and design, and you either always go over time, or you have to cut scope out to make a specific deadline that you set for yourself, right? There's always a compromise in development. So either you're going to go longer because you don't want any bugs and you don't want any issues and you want everything done the right way, so it just goes as long as it needs to get done, or you have to go live with bugs and defects that you're willing to fix after the fact, or you're willing to cut out features and functions that you just have to do without and maybe add later on because you just couldn't get them done in time, right? And there's always that compromise. We're actually blessed with this scenario that we can actually go back and make the changes we're making, make sure we're getting it done right, make sure everything is internally tested, and also, once we have a live pulse chain, we can do third-party audits on all of our protocols before they go live for use in a production mainnet environment. So, we want to be thorough. We want to do a good job, right? Because when you try to rush these things, you could have a major defect. And if you're building something that happens to be immutable, some people, they love to see immutable protocols. The issue is if you have a major defect, you can't do anything about it. You're locked in,
or
which means you have to spend,
fork and things like that. Yeah.
Yes. It's so much more important to go through every possible scenario and every possible impossible scenario that you can try to conceive that your protocol would have to face, so it can accommodate those things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a question too. How long after PulseChain launch is POWERCITY launching?
It's a bit of a chicken and egg scenario. Let's just say that, we have our own plan that we're running to, and if PulseChain launches before us, we'll launch whenever the software is ready, right? Ready, tested, audited, complete. If we are ready before PulseChain, then we'll probably launch not that long after PulseChain goes live, whether that's days or
2 more weeks
or whatever. Yeah. I mean, we have to see how insane those first few days are on the network, because launching something that is based on the pulse price, where it's a total roller coaster, might not be the best thing on day one. So, we want to be careful about that.
Okay.